Oh, San Antonio, I see right through you. Hey guys, this is Jules with True Crime Reactions. Disclaimer. Everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only. And just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged. Okay, so the Lina Khil case. Unfortunately, all of the excavating and all of the surveillance and all of the ground penetrating radar came up with nothing. Now, some people could think that's a good thing. Some people might think that's a bad thing. In the end, it's a bad thing, regardless, because there's still no answers. And that's all her father wants is answers. Now, I ran across a clip from Chief McManus that really bothered me.
Earlier today, right here, San Antonio police released this surveillance video, which shows Lina, you can see her in red, in the playground. You see her, and then at one point, she walks out of the video. Lina hasn't been seen since. Why are we just now seeing this video? We tried to ask that question to SAPD's top cop tonight. Here's what he told us.
No, I'm not going to get into any of these details. I think I said it, what I'm going to say.
Now, he's kind of always rubbed me wrong. Like, I'm just going to say I'm glad he's not a doctor because his bedside manner really sucks, okay? And it could just be because he's hardened from all of the crazy stuff that he has seen over, the decades of his career. I understand that after a while, you can kind of become desensitized. I understand that completely. But what I don't understand is the games that they're playing. Now, any one of you guys that are watching this right now that have been following what I've been posting about the Lina Khil case over the past week or so, you guys know that all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they started excavating this little wooded area pretty close to the apartment complex where Lina disappeared from, and they didn't come up with anything. But I just don't know if that's completely true. Here's the deal. Apparently, the night before all of the cops and the crime scene unit trucks and all of the equipment started showing up, neighbors in the area that live in the several apartment complexes, there's several apartment complexes, it looks like, that encompass this little wooded area, okay? Several of them were telling news media that the night before that, in the dark, there was an inmate being escorted through the area by police. He was shackled up and all the things, okay? And one of the things that we did hear over the few days that they were doing some searching in that spot was that an inmate gave them the tip, a Bexar County inmate. Now, I don't know the kind of protocols that has to take place in order for an inmate's tip to be worth a look. Now, I know that they have to basically look at everything, okay, no matter how ridiculous. Apparently, they have to give it, some sort of credence and do something on it. But they took this inmate out of the jail and escorted him to a spot. And that's not like he can just walk up to a guard and be like, hey, I know where Lina Khil is. And then within 5 minutes, he's on a transfer bus. That's not how it works. I might not know all of the details, but I damn sure am pretty positive that that's not exactly how this works. So I don't know how long that process is, but I know damn well that he did not say this to them. Like, this inmate did not give this tip to the police the exact same day that he was taken out there. Now, this is why in my intro I say, I see you, SAPD, okay? They hadn't talked to the family of Lina's in quite a while. And there's been constant problems with the police department keeping the father and the family updated on stuff, even with the advocates and everybody that is involved in this case, because there's a language barrier situation. And I have made comments about the language barrier because by now, especially since it's been over 2 years really since this little girl went missing, you would think there would be some work on that, but apparently there's not. And so there's just continuous issues, but that's really not an excuse. This is a very diverse area and there's advocates all over the place. So I don't know what the reasoning really truly could possibly be for the fact that SAPD kind of I know they're busy. Okay. I know this area where Lina went missing is only a 7-minute drive from the apartment complex that Savannah Soto and Matthew and baby Fabian were found. This is the medical district. There's hospitals all over the place. There's people everywhere. There is literally infinity possibilities about whoever could have done this to her. And I highly doubt that she just fell in a ditch somewhere. Because by now, especially with all of the canines and all of the agencies involved, she'd have been found. And that's not the case. Now, going back to the inmates, okay? Like I said, I highly doubt he could just walk up to a guard and be like, hey, I know where Lina Khil is, take me there. And in 5 minutes, he's being transferred. There's protocols, there's paperwork, there's steps, I'm positive, that has to be taken. Well, my comment is because the exact same day that they brought this inmate out to the wooded area for a search is the exact same day that the police department just so happened to want to meet with the family. And yes, SAPD is the one that initiated the meeting. And then just miraculously, a few hours later, they're out searching because they suddenly got a new tip. I'm sorry, but no. In my opinion, the police department damn well had that tip before they contacted the family to have a meeting with them. And the only reason why they had a meeting with them is because they knew that this was going to be out in the media. And they wanted the media to know, yeah, we're still talking to the family. Yeah, we're still meeting with the family. Yes, we're still in communication. When that's not true. To me, they only had that meeting with the family to save face because they knew the next day this was going to be everywhere. And it was. So I see you, San Antonio. I see you. Now, I said, did they really not find anything? Because it seems like there was something going on there to make them believe that something was there. Because they brought the guy out, and then the next day they brought out crime scene, and they started digging with shovels, and they started testing dirt, and they brought canines out. And then after that, they brought in excavators because something showed there was something dense in the ground after they received the ground penetrating radar. Something was not supposed to be there. So here came the excavators, and here came all of the digging and all of the work, and now they're saying nothing. Something popped up on that radar. I mean, yes, it could have been an animal. Could have been an animal. But it might not have been. We don't really know. Now, they're claiming that the search is just called off. But does that really mean that they didn't find anything? I don't know. Because they've been really secretive with the family, not giving them a lot of updates or anything like that. And I'm pretty positive, and I could be wrong here, but I am positive, pretty positive. Why am I saying that whenever I just said I could be wrong here? It would be in my thought process that if they found a body, they would have told the family, hey, we did find something and we were bringing it into the lab. We're not sure exactly what it is. We don't know if it's an adult, if it's a child. We're not positive, but we did find something. And now, we have to do testing and then we'll let you know what it is. Instead, the family's saying this.
SAPD or FBI,
SAPD and FBI, they're just covering their back. They're not working. They're just wasting their time.
So it sounds like he's just had enough and he wants something to change, but they've already said that's not going to happen. And like I said, I know San Antonio is really, really busy. I know that it's really, really scary and there's stuff constantly happening. Just this past couple of weeks in the news, there has been all kinds of familicides and shootings and children having to shoot intruders coming into their houses. All kinds of crazy things are happening in San Antonio, okay? All I know is that somebody knows what happened to this little girl. And it's really ridiculous that everyone is just being quiet, and how in the world she could have possibly walked out of there with no one seeing anything besides the direction she apparently walked off, I guess, because of this camera. I'm not understanding. And speaking of camera, this is like pretty much the entire clip that was released to the public. And if you notice, it's only 20-ish or so seconds long. So where Lina actually disappeared from is called the Vilas del Cabo Apartments. It's over here off of Fredericksburg Road. I'm going to drop my little dude right here. And I'm going to show y'all the area. Now, I've been in this area before. Okay. Most of you guys know that my hometown is about an hour from San Antonio, and I frequented San Antonio a lot as a child. I hate the traffic. I-10 is a complete disaster running through that thing. I try to avoid San Antonio at all cost. But for a long time, because of stuff with my daughter and because of our area that we were living in, San Antonio had all of the biggest hospitals, and that's exactly where all of this happened. Now, if you look at the apartments, and this is not like today, and it's also not back in 2021. This is March of 2022 imaging, which is literally only like 4-ish months, 3 to 4 months after Lina disappeared. So I wanted to show you the area because there's restaurants across the streets. Okay, automotive places across the street. There is multiple apartment complexes. Okay, and look at them. They're not like hideous. They're really not hideous. They actually look a lot better than most of the apartments you're gonna find in San Antonio. Like, trust me, it's not all that kosher. So we're gonna go down here. Now, I was looking around on here earlier, and I wasn't able to see like the playground spot. But I want to take you guys over here because I want to show you, like, she could have gone in literally any direction and she would have been met by nothing but people. Like, it would have been, I don't even know the percentage of a chance. I'm trying to see if I can see the playground at all in any of this. I don't think you can. Like I said, I tried earlier. But I don't even know what the percentage of chance would be that she could have just like literally walked away without being seen from people outside of the apartment complex. Unless someone from inside of the apartment complex snatched her up and then somehow got her out before. I don't know. I don't know if cops went to every single door. I don't know if canines went around to like every single apartment. I don't know. I honestly don't. But look at this. There's apartments everywhere. Okay, this is a busy intersection. You see the hospitals? Look at the hospitals. Let me show you. Look at all the hospitals right here. Okay, so you see how the apartments is right here? No, this is Methodist Hospital. Right there. This is Luke St. Baptist Hospital. Literally right there. Westgate Medical Center. Literally right here. And whenever you go and you drop down on street, oh, if I can see my little dude, I have all kind of stuff on my desk. And you go down, look what you see in the background. What is that? Hospital. There's people all over this area. She could have been on the road in any of these directions, and someone could have seen her walking by herself and snatched her up. She could have been out of the state within a few hours. San Antonio is literally just a handful of hours from the border. Yeah, the Mexican one. So yeah, anybody could have taken her. It didn't have to be somebody in that local area. It didn't have to be somebody in one of the apartment complex. It could have been some rando just driving down the road. And as far as I know, there hasn't been anybody else claiming to have seen her anywhere. Now, I could be wrong because I don't see every little thing. But when it comes to like sightings in any other states and any other countries, anything like that, there's just nothing. There's absolutely nothing. Now, there was a bunch of rumors going around at first that maybe she never showed up in the United States because her parents actually came over from Afghanistan, I believe it was. There was a suicide bombing that they survived. And so he moved his family for their safety. And a lot of people were questioning them, the family, quite a bit until the security footage showed up. And it took the police, I think it was like almost a year, or it was like right at a year before they put out the actual camera footage of Lina that they had to prove, oh no, she was there. She really was at the playground. She really did walk away and disappear. Because a lot of people were just being crazy, you know, like they do in all these cases. But other than that, that's it. Now, my question is, like, does this inmate get in trouble? Because he just caused, she, I don't know if it was a dude or a chick, actually. I don't think any of the news people mentioned, if the neighbors mentioned that. I don't know, but I wonder if this person's going to get in trouble. Because if they truly didn't find anything, or if they really did not find anything, and they spent days out there and had to pay for everyone that was out there and the service of all the vehicles. And then we have to also remember they had to order in like special equipment. Now, I don't know if this was something that they were paying for or if they have like a contract with somebody, like another department that already had what they needed and they were just waiting for the stuff to like transfer. I don't know. But I wonder if this inmate is going to have to try to like pay back some of the money that was used in a search that was unfruitful. I'm really curious about that one. But that is it, you guys. If you liked the way that I present this information and give my opinion, please do not forget to leave a like on your way out and subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed already. Go out and try to do some good today. See y'all.